In this video, we'll go over creating a new assessment in the AFOLU non-permanence risk tool in the Project Hub. So to start a new assessment, we will click on the Start New Assessment button from the AFOLU dashboard. So once we click on Start a New Assessment, the Add New Risk Assessment screen appears. Notice there are several fields here. Most are required. The ones that are required will have the red star next to it. So let's go over these fields and create an assessment. First is the risk assessment report name. This name must be unique. So let me create a name, test risk assessment. The next field is project ID. And notice this is not a required field. If your project is currently registered with Vera, you can select it here from the list that populates. You can still create a risk assessment if your project is not currently registered. You can just skip this field, fill everything else out, and then upon submission of the AFOLU report, you will have to select your project ID, assuming that it gets registered during the time that you're creating the risk assessment report. So let's click on the project ID field. Like I mentioned, if your project is currently registered with Vera, it will appear on the list. So we can start typing a project ID here. Now, if your project is currently registered and you select it from the project ID list, the project name will automatically be populated as well as the country. That information will automatically be populated. If it's not, you'll have to manually fill in the project name and the country. So for this particular project, then we have our name filled in and the country. And you must also, or another required field is the net carbon stock. So let's enter a number here for that. Again, the next two required fields, the monitoring period start date and the monitoring period end date. So let's fill that information out. The organization is required also, and this is just the name of the organization who's preparing the assessment. And the contact, this can be the contact address, country, email, phone number. And once everything is properly filled in, we're going to just click on Save. And we get a notification here saying the risk assessment has been created successfully. And this brings us into the risk assessment. The next video, we'll go over editing or filling out this risk assessment. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at hubsupport@vera.org. Thank you.